What's going on, everybody? This is my buddy Hunter, and we're taking his fourth gen to go look at some second gens. Maybe a Ford, but that's more or less just kind of kill time and fun. But this thing's pretty legit. It's got a big turbo on it. It sounds pretty good. Straight 4-inch. So yeah, I'm gonna go look at a 12 valve, a 24 valve, and we're gonna see what happens. It sounds so good. Look at that. It's manual transmission. Yeah. So you can't start any good going looking at trucks road trip without a Dutch Bros. So we both got some Dutch Bros. We're gonna hop on the highway and head up to Oregonia, because they can actually have cool trucks up there, unlike California, the shittiest state in the world.
Left?
Yeah, left. Going left. There's a second gen. Alright, so we'll see you on the road. Alright, everybody, this is going to be my 96 12 valve Cummins. This thing is 100% bone stock, other than that exhaust tip right there. And I can't wait to get some go fast parts on this thing. This is legit. And my favorite part, stick shift. Yes. Not bad at all. Look at this thing.
Right, they weren't lining up.
I like that too. Yep. Don't tread on me. This thing's legit. And Jeff here actually made this bumper, which is absolutely awesome, as you can see. Very, very cool. All right, everybody. See you on the road. So we're on the road. We've been on the road for about 45 minutes. Tires on this thing are pretty bad. The guy already told me about that. But dude, this thing's, I'm pretty happy. You know, it's a 5-speed manual. So these trucks aren't race trucks, like right out of the gate. Like, so we're doing about 62, 63 miles an hour right now. And we're at about 2,200, 2,300 RPMs. So, you know, these things aren't really meant to go fast stock, but I'm super pumped on this truck. I'm not sure about all the gauges, if they're right or not, but it seems to be charging good. I'm pretty sure that temp gauge is wrong, because it keeps bouncing up and down constantly. And the fuel gauge, I asked them to fill it up because it was Oregon, so they do it for you. And it says I've only got a little over half a tank, so I don't know if they shut it off early or if or they didn't fill it all the way. But it seems to have pretty good oil pressure. It's saying about 50 or so on the one on the dash, and then it's saying you know, close to about 60, 65 on that one. So all in all, so far everything shifts good. The clutch feels pretty good. It's just been cruising. The tires, like I said, the tires are pretty bad, and it's really windy right now. I've gone up a couple grades, and it hasn't, you know, this thing's got plenty of power to go up them. So I can't wait to just start building on this thing. I got a ton of parts for the rock crawler also, that I'm gonna be doing a build series on that thing as well. I'm actually like scheduled to take it up to my buddy's shop, and me and him are just gonna like blow out a bunch of work on that thing. So yeah, this thing's just cruising pretty good. I've gone about 20 miles, 22.5 miles, because I reset the trip on it. And everything's going pretty good so far, so we'll see how this whole trip goes. It's about 2.5 hours from where I bought this thing to where I live, and when I get home, I'm going to stop at the diesel shop and kind of ask them what I need to do to get this thing to about 500 horse. I'm hoping to put compound turbos on it, with some bigger injectors and everything. But I'll tell you right now, this thing smokes good for being stock. Not bad at all. We just passed a highway patrol, so I kind of had to put the camera down a little bit. I didn't want him to think it was a phone or something. But I'm happy so far. I'll get back to you guys a little further down the road. But so far so good. It's a grandpa truck, don't get me wrong. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, and my buddy tried to show me that it had tow mirrors on it and ended up breaking the mirror off. But luckily he's got a set of 4th gens we're just gonna throw on this thing once I get it home. I'm gonna get it home, clean it up, take the camper shell off. That's probably gonna be the first freaking thing I do. I hate camper shells. But I'm gonna take that camper shell off. There's a bunch of parts he gave me in the back. All new brakes and everything. Oil change, he gave me a box of oil, filter, all that stuff. The guy was really cool. He was an old-time guy, real honest about everything, and that's why I got this truck, is because, you know, when you feel good about the person you're buying the truck from, you can feel good about the truck. And like I said, he told me about the tires and everything, so that wasn't no surprise. And you can see, you know, all this shaking going on is just the tires. I don't think there's anything wrong with the drivetrain. He said he had all the front end redone not too long ago, and it's really windy out here too. I'm going through the high desert here in Northern California, and it's windy as heck outside. That's why I got the windows up normally. And I want to show you one of my favorite things. You guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but check it out. Look at that. It's got manual windows. Manual windows. And you guys might think I'm crazy for enjoying that fact of this truck, but I'll tell you right now, for all the automatic windows, like I've had the motors go out, I've had the windows break and fall down in the doors, I'm a fan of manual windows, and this truck is small enough so it's not that big of an inconvenience. It also doesn't have a keyless entry. That might be something I decide to do later on down the line. But I'm not a big, you know, tech freak. I don't really need all that new, easy going stuff. I'm pretty old school, and I like old school stuff. I like non-tech and all that. That's why I actually bought this truck. That and having no smog in California. I live in California, and not having to smog this thing ever. I can do whatever I want to this truck. So that's a big reason why I bought it too. But I feel good about this truck. Hopefully I'm right about it. I checked it out thoroughly. I mean, yes, it leaks oil. Yes, I will say yes, it does have a tiny, minuscule amount of blow-by. But if you ask 100 different people, you'll get 100 different answers on blow-by. So, I mean, it didn't move the cap at all. God, this thing's shaking so bad, it's shaking the camera with my hand on the steering console. Well, anyways, it didn't shake the cap off. It wasn't moving the cap at all. Just the vibration of the motor was doing that. And it's got that nice bumper on it. Came with a bunch of parts, an extra set of tires and wheels. So, I mean, they're just stockers, but hey, you know, the guy threw all that stuff in for me. So, I feel pretty good about this truck. All right, well, we're heading down the highway, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? So we've gone 103 miles, and everything's going good. The truck's doing awesome, and no complaints really, other than the tires are shaking me to death. But like I said, he already told me that. And the reason I turned it on, turned you guys back on so you can see this, is it really sucks not having a side view mirror, by the way, because when you go to merge, you know, into the fast lane, which you don't do much with this truck, because it's not a speed racer yet. especially at 66 miles an hour. In the Duramax, I'd be doing about 75 right now. You know, that thing's geared really low. I'm guessing this thing has 410 gears in it probably, because of, I mean, I'm in 5th, and you know, I'm doing 67 now, and I'm doing about 22, maybe 23 hundo. But here comes this grade right here. I know on camera it's not gonna look like much, but this is a pretty steep grade. It's got a few corners on it, so I'm gonna see if this thing can just, in 5th gear, just hold 65. I don't foresee it being a problem, but you know, these trucks are old. Sweet, this guy's getting out of my way. I'm having to give it a little more throttle, but I'm still holding 65, no problem. Yeah, it's got plenty of oomph to go. I could go faster if I wanted to. I've just put slightly more pressure on the fuel pedal, and it's no problem at all. I think this is a 6% grade, I want to say. So I mean, it's got those curves in it. These tires are freaking terrible, man. But I'm gonna get new tires. That's not a big deal. Yeah, stop complaining about it, Gary. We know the tires suck. Other than that, no complaints. Pulled that 65, no problem. And I could have gone faster if I wanted to. According to the fuel gauge, I've used like an eighth of a tank maybe, and 107 miles now. This thing does have 270,863 miles on it as of right now. AC's blowing nice and cold. The radio works, but you know, the speakers suck and everything like that. It's just a grandpa's truck, you know, freaking grandpa's truck, but it's going good. And you know, I'll have it home in a second. I'm gonna stop by the diesel shop in my hometown of Redding, California. I'm gonna stop at Jefferson State Diesel, which is actually right down the street from my house, and I'm gonna ask them about some Go Fast parts. See what we can do. I've got about $6,500 I can put into this thing, like right now. I don't think that will do much for me, because if I'm gonna go do the Go Fast parts, I know I need a clutch pretty much first and foremost. I'm gonna have to do that killer dowel pin. I'm not sure if I want to try and tackle that myself or just have them do that. I'd like to have a cam put in it and stuff, but I need to see how expensive all of this stuff's gonna be. Like I said before, I'm hoping to get about 5 to 600 horsepower. You know, depending on how much that's going to cost me. I don't want it to cost me, you know, too much money, but I want this thing to still be like super reliable, which it will be. You know, I don't drive my vehicles that hard. I'm going to use this mainly for towing and just kind of putting around town, maybe smoke some people out here and there. Might go to Mexico a couple times. We'll see. We'll see. So this is another grade. It's as steep. It's not nearly as long though. And yeah, same foot pressure and 65, no problem. So, and it's definitely got power to spare in 5th gear. It already smokes like a freaking beast. So this thing's just gonna be fun. I'm so excited about this truck. All right, well, the next time you see me, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm home, and I'm gonna pull the old man camper shell off of it, put some 4th gen mirrors on it because my buddy broke my mirror, and then but we're gonna stop by the Diesel Go Fast place first, Jefferson State Diesel. I'll ask him if I can film in there. I don't know if he'll let me or not. I know the guy Jeremy, but we'll see. Well, it's super windy out here. Hopefully you guys can hear without too much interference, but look at that. Duramax and the Dodge right next to each other. Take a little walk around this guy again. I want to show you something cool. See, buying stuff from old people is cool. Just look at this. These are all brand new parts. These are brand new rotors, brand new drums for the rear. These are the pads. Those are the drums. All new lugs. Just all kinds of stuff. This is the spring kit for the drum brakes. Just all these parts. Set of street tires, which I'm going to be selling. New serpentine belt and radiator hose. Oil filter. Whole box of oil. I mean, I'll just tell you what I paid for this thing. I just drove it 120 miles home, and I paid $8,500 for this. 96 four-wheel drive 12 valve Cummins Dodge Ram 2500. I'm stoked, and my buddy gave me those rear view mirrors to put on. But I'm excited, you guys, and I'm gonna do a whole build on this truck. I plan on getting it around 450 to 500, maybe 550 horsepower. I don't want to go too crazy with it because I need to use it to tow my trailer. I normally do that with the Duramax, but the whole point of buying this truck was to get a usable truck, more usable than the Duramax. The Duramax lifted 8 inches on 37s. It looks cool, but it's not overly practical. And if you're like me and you use your truck all the time and everything, I know some people don't mind, but I'm just over it. I'm over the lifted truck thing and everything. I'm totally happy with this stock. Just all it's got is a leveling kit. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on this Cummins here, and I'm gonna clean it up right now, wash it up. That'll probably be on a different video. But yeah, thanks to you guys for joining with me, whoever made it to this point in the video. I appreciate it, and look for more stuff like this to be coming around. I mean, if you guys appreciate these videos, like I said, I'm going to do the crawler build. I've got a whole slew of parts in there. See the stack of tires? There's a whole 4-link and 3-link kit there. It's got a hydraulic ram assist sitting on there, the PSC. So, and there's a whole bunch of parts for it in there, and the third garage too. So that's what I'm going to be doing on this channel now. I know most of you guys are RC guys, but whoever likes watching stuff like this, there's going to be tons of it. All right, everybody. So I'm Gary from Killer Off-Road Hobbies, and going to be signing out for this video. Peace.